I'm Matthew Lewis, lost soul now found. You know, I think that there's always been this calling to be involved and get in with a church that you can call home. I've never had that ever. My father was a Navy SEAL in Vietnam, so whenever the subject came up about church, you know, it was one of those things where it was like, well, where was God during Vietnam kind of thing, and where was he when all my friends were dying? Those kind of conversations. It was definitely something that not necessarily held me away from church, but something that I thought just was in my life non-existent and not important. And then I met Anna, and Anna was attending a church. It was a cool church, but I tried to attend, but I just wasn't into it. And it would be something that we would go like for a holiday. Let's go Christmas Eve. That was me. I was there at Christmas Eve service. But all throughout my life, from a young age even to now, there was always this void. I mean, a huge, huge void. I've told everybody the same story. It's one of those things where it just doesn't matter how much money I've ever made or didn't make, how many friends I had or didn't have. There's just this, I don't know, there's this feeling of there was just something greater that I was supposed to aspire to or do, or there's just something missing. My focus was not on God at all. Really, it was just really on work and family, if you will, but majority of it was work. For me, if I was doing well in school, if I was doing well at work, it was because of my efforts. It's because I did it. I'm the smart one. I'm the one that got the promotion or whatever. It wasn't really looking at it as God gave me those gifts, talents, and abilities to be able to do that. I think that absence of God is there's almost an arrogance to it, because you think that you're the one that's in control of everything, right? And then you quickly start to realize that you're not in control of anything. Anything can happen to anybody at any time. As much as we would like to be in control, I think the one time that it hit me that I was like, I am not in control, was just, we were having problems in our marriage at the time. Just work wasn't where I wanted it to be. And you start to realize real quick that regardless of the effort that you feel you've put in or whatever, anything can happen at any time. I just quickly realized that without him, it just wasn't gonna happen. I'm a district manager for a restaurant group, and I have stores all over Houston, but I do have one up the street and one a little bit further. So I would pass here all the time, looking for a home. So we eventually decided to stop in and give it a try. You almost feel immediately like you belong. We're really warm. Everybody's like family. And even from day one, just everybody welcoming you in. And I think it's genuine. And when you have that feeling of, I feel like I'm a part of something bigger than myself. I feel a part of this family. It was a good feeling. Bob's transitioning here to start doing the senior pastor thing. I know Derek preached the first day that I came, but he was here the second time that we came. And I don't know, man, something was just calling me to be like, man, just go talk to him. We got in contact, and we actually met at Thousand Hills, where every Christian known to man meets. And we sat outside, we just talked, told him pretty much my whole story. He was super cool, he just listened. He asked me if I was ready to, accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior. And I was like, yeah, I am. So he prayed over me right there, and I accepted Jesus right then and there. And life has been much different ever since. I felt the more I got involved, the more I read, the more I came here, just the more my life changed for the better. Obviously, the stronger the relationship grew. Decisions that I would make were different. My sympathy towards people were different. How I led at work, different. I started serving, because Bob said it was, hey, you should look into this. Is this something that you would consider doing? And I was like, yeah, I want to get involved. I need to get involved. It wasn't even like, I had to do it, right? And it was something that I've always kind of thought about, what it would be like to get involved. I started making coffee. I was coming every single Sunday, even if I was on the schedule or not. And part of it as well, I was like, what I felt when I first came What if someone's walking through the door and they just need that super happy hello or welcome or whatever? Maybe I can impact someone's life that way. The more and more I got involved, the more and more I wanted to do it. I was like, this is fun. I wake up on Sunday morning, I'm not doing anything anyway. Let me go have fun and make some impact in people's lives. We cannot forget the experience that we create for people, when they come into the building. And I think that resonated with me so much because I was one of those people that came into the building and I had never experienced worship like that before. Hands are up, we're singing along, the atmosphere is awesome. And to know that we help create that, we're helping create almost that one-on-one between them and God is cool. Getting baptized, man, I was so nervous. I think it's definitely logically the next step. You immediately start thinking, when I come up out of this water, it's a new life. I mean, really, you're able to say, I've washed away all of that. This is the direction that I'm going to head, and and God's going to be there to make sure that I stay on course. I just think, just as a man and as a person, the amount of change that I've even seen in myself over the last year is, I would say, even nothing short of amazing. I mean, I never thought in a million years I would even be sitting here talking to you about it. So